Remember, you want to under-promise and over-perform. Anyway, hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the Nerds from Work, your weekly escape into the world of geeks, nerds, and, oddly enough, Naru doppelgangers that are no longer here. We've been dealing with Naru for the last, 40 minutes, and Naru's ugly doppelganger. I hate technology. So, we've been away for a little bit, been on a hiatus. We came back, we're down one player. It's like trying to play. It's like trying to play fucking Mario Kart on the N64 with only 3 players.
Oh, that's the
worst. And I get that big ass screen, and then you two share the small ones at the bottom. Yeah, motherfuckers, Donkey Kong. So let's get into it, guys. Tank, what have you been up to?
Man, I've actually been pretty sad because Dragon Ball Super, the anime, just came to an end this week. It was an epic ending.
Please don't ruin it. Please don't ruin it for me.
I won't ruin anything.
Okay.
But it was epic. But it makes me very sad that it's done. But I cannot wait for the movie, and I'm hoping they'll pick the anime back up after the movie once the manga gets a little.
I thought that they already announced Tomai or whoever it is that does it. I think they already announced like an intro for a new something. Like that was just like literally 5 hours ago.
Yeah, the only thing I had heard about was the movie they were doing, which is gonna be
maybe it's the intro for the movie.
Yeah, it's the first Dragon Ball Super movie because
technically
Dragon Ball Z movies technically.
Right, and then they just were the beginning of Dragon Ball Super.
Well, right, exactly. So.
No.
But so that made me sad, but I'm actually pretty excited. Somehow I missed the Into the Badlands train. I don't know how I missed that because this show is pretty.
Wait, what season are you on?
I am on episode 4 of season 2. I started it.
What? You're still watching season 2?
What do you mean? Dude, I literally started the entire show from season 1, episode 1 earlier today, and I'm on season 2, episode 5.
Today?
Yeah. Dude, the only reason
what have you been doing?
I'm not done is because I had to come talk to you, Dillhole. So, if I
don't judge Tank, okay? Do not judge Tank because
hey, I haven't even watched it, so I'm just impressed that he's gone through a whole season that quick.
I've been on a hiatus from this show, and I've been working a lot. Like I was telling them, like I get up at 4:30. I leave the house by 5 something, whatever. And I've been in Boston a lot. Doing Boston shit, getting stuck in bomb cyclones and shit. Yeah, out of the fucking harbor. But I've managed to watch almost the entire show of The Magicians. Just because one of you dillholes said something about it, I've literally binge watched the whole fucking thing. It's so fucking weird.
Did you like it?
It's pretty good though.
It's it's a guilty pleasure. It's one of those things like you're like, I don't know if I want to tell everybody I watched this.
Dude,
it's so weird.
Season 2,
it's so weird. It's
so
like
fucking weird.
I'm almost
the
done.
The best thing about that show is the characters. Those are awesome characters. Like every character is good in that show. Like they're all weird. But it's a really weird Harry Potter type setup.
It's Harry Potter meets the Chronicles of Narnia meets like softcore porn.
Just to pretty much. If it was like Sci-Fi Channel, it'd be like Game of Thrones.
Well, they do drop the F-bomb frequently.
That's true.
Every single minute.
It's like, hey, we're an adult show. Fuck off, fucker. Remind them that we're an adult show.
That's like sad story. Do you guys listen to Lil Dicky at all?
Yes.
So have you heard his?
I'm in Chris Brown's body.
I can say. Can I say the N-word? Okay.
Oh gosh.
Scheduled program, but that shit made me laugh.
Yes, Lil Dicky, Freaky Friday. Check it out. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, other than that, Dragon Ball Super, watching Into the Badlands, working. That's all.
I'm in Ed Sheeran's body. It's almost as cool as Chris Brown's was.
Dude.
Oh man.
That song is so funny. The video's great too.
It's so ridiculous. I love it.
Yeah.
Rue, what have you been up to, dude?
Pretty much nothing. Nothing nerd related as such.
On to the first topic.
It's been
All right.
It's been one of those. It's been one of those slumps of sorts. Like I haven't really been reading anything specific. You know, like I'll catch up a little bit on this, a little bit on that, and then
what is this and that? You say this and that, like
okay, like I would read. Okay, what's the last thing?
A little bit of Monica.
Trust me, it was like crazy. Like okay, I never. Okay, take for example, I wasn't reading the Thor comics.
You fucking Mambo number 5.
Once they, I think once they introduced the female Thor, I was like, you done?
No, but go ahead.
Are you done?
I swear.
Are you done?
If we cut the bullshit out of this show would be like a 5-minute episode. I'm sure of it.
The saddest part is he didn't even get the reference. Because he still hasn't seen it.
You don't understand Mambo number 5?
No, you don't get the reference I just gave because you still haven't seen it.
I haven't listened to a word you said since we started this show.
There you go.
Yeah,
I've been thinking about Mambo number 5.
Anyways.
I'm sorry.
Anyways. And can we mute him for a second? Just get this done.
Spit it out.
Yeah, I decided to read up a little bit of here would be like maybe 2 issues of the Thor series that introduced the female Thor. Then another thing,
I know who it is under the helmet, right?
Yeah, I do. I knew who it was going in because I'm trying to get caught up.
Yeah.
Then Jane Foster.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a cancer-ridden Jane Foster.
Which I found interesting. Yeah. I didn't know that until it ended, which is why I thought, "Oh wait, this is how it ended." Okay, let me go back and see what's all about.
I just remember the big reveal all over the internet or Facebook. So.
And on top of that, I have probably, decided that I want to do a little bit of reading, listen to audiobooks, more educational stuff. Stuff that's supposed to improve me, self-improvement, maybe. That's about it. So that's why I said nothing really nerd-related, just more self-improvement type stuff.
Have you guys
read
the Aragon series by...
I have.
Never read it, though. I've seen the movie.
Poloni?
Yeah, Paolini or whatever?
Yeah, Star Wars.
What about Star Wars? Oh, it's kind of along the same lines.
No, it is Star Wars. You're welcome. Next.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'm reading those
Jason made this statement to me probably a year and a half ago at random and totally lost me because I was like, what?
It's Star Wars. Aragon is Star Wars. The inheritance cycle is Star Wars. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I never thought about it that way, but now that I'm on the 3rd book and I'm gonna start keeping that.
He's a farmer. He gets special fucking powers as a dragon rider. He has a fucking sword. He gets rid of the sword. He gets a staff.
Being trained by the old guard. Dude, that's...
His cousin is the villain. Family is the villain.
Yeah. Dude, that's cool. Yeah, I'm
that's cool. They are good books, though. I do love them. I do love them.
I actually have book 3 right here. This,
nice.
I think you guys probably see it backwards, but that's okay.
Now we can say it correctly. I see that.
Yeah.
It looks backwards to me. Either way.
Yeah.
It's supposed to look backwards to you.
I read those when I was in Iraq.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I've got them on Kindle. I cycle back through them every now and then.
Yeah.
I like them.
It's like I've read the first 3,
Are we getting your Kindle password finally? Yes?
And then I read the 4th once, I think, so. Forget that.
Yeah, they're good.
Are we getting your Kindle password finally? No?
Yeah. It's Naru. You're a fucking asshole.
That's your password?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, all lowercase because he's not that important to me. Yeah, I was in Iraq and I was reading them, and the doc was like a huge Star Wars nerd, and I was like, oh man, I'm reading this book because you don't have a lot of shit to do. Right, like to pass your time. So I'm like, all right, well, video games weren't big like then, right? So like, you can't just sit around and play fucking video games on your phone like you do now. And there's no fucking internet, so you read books and shit. So I was reading those, and then the doc was like, "Oh yeah," and I did something to piss him off. I don't remember what it was. Imagine that, right?
Yeah.
And imagine that. And he was like, "Yeah. you reading Aragon? I was like, yeah, man, I really like him. He was like, it's Star Wars. Fuck you, Miller. And like, well, I was like, damn it. And like now every time I read it, I'm just like, oh, that's Luke. Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. I'm gonna tell my brother just reread them again too. He's real big, and he's probably read like 12 books his whole life, but he loves these books. And so I'm gonna go tell him because that'll. I think
it's Star Wars.
Yeah, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, but I like those books. So yeah, I've been working, been in Boston, drinking a little booze up in Boston. Look at me. Just drinking a little bit. Whatever. Fuck it. It's when you have a problem and you're trying to host a show and you're drinking. The only way you can deal with Naru is if you drink. No, but when I was going back and forth between Boston and shit, I like to bring books on flights. So I actually grabbed a couple, physical copies of comics, and I downloaded about a fucking million to Comixology, and I've been reading a ton of comics. So I caught up on Titans. The aftermath of DC Metal is where basically the whole DC universe is now, where Mr. Terrific has his own team. And there are a few characters that in the aftermath of DC Metal like obtain some powers and stuff. And there's one that sticks out in particular called Sideways. He looks like fucking Spider-Man. His art looks just like fucking Spider-Man. The way that he positions his body, everything about him is fucking Spider-Man. But it's cool because like he can cut the time space continuum, right? He cuts it, but he has to go sideways to go through it, and he can like teleport anywhere on Earth. So it's really weird. Yeah, it's a weird power, but like he only cuts it with his hand. So he has to go in it sideways. He can't just like jump through. So hence the name Sideways. But in the end of the first issue, he cuts and somebody's basically chasing him and threatening to kill him, and he's like hanging off the side of a bridge or a building. And yeah, it's pretty cool. But he got his powers when like all that shit was happening in DC Metal. So that was cool.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, it's weird. Did you look it up?
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
I mean, he looks just like Spider-Man, doesn't he?
No, I didn't look him up, but I remember seeing the character. Yeah. Like that's just He's weird, but nah, whatever.
But Mr. Terrific gets a team, which I think is awesome. But again, I think DC Metal saw something out of Black Panther, because now Marvel's riding the Black Panther train too, and they're like, who do we have? Mr. Terrific?
You mean DC's riding it?
No. Marvel is riding it too. Like Marvel is giving Black Panther like the lead spot on the Avengers right now and a lot of other shit. But DC saw it and they were like, who do we have? Mr. Terrific. Yeah. Like, you're like a D-list character, dude. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, he's got his own team, which I think is great. He's a very underrated character. But they brought in a lot of D-list characters to be on his team, like Plastic Man. And some dude, Metamorpho.
Yeah.
Something like that. And
the crazy thing about characters like that, when you examine Metamorpho, Plastic Man, Mr. Terrific, these guys have awesome abilities. Like, they have just been written to the sides and the periphery of the DC universe for so long that when you stop and actually look at them, you're like,
well, look
this
at it
guy
like
can
that.
end everybody.
Well, if you look at it like this, right? Like Iron Man. Iron Man was at best a B-list character.
Yeah.
At best. But then the movie came out. Now Iron Man is A-list because, okay, let's give him the best writers we have.
Yeah.
Let's give him good artists. Let's give him, the best writers. And Iron Man blew up.
Yep.
Like, yes, the movies helped, but art and story have a lot to do with it as well. And I hope that's what happens with the Terrifics, as they're called. Other than that, I caught up with Power Rangers, comic book, reading The Shattered Grid now, obviously. Boom. Dude, keeping it trill.
The trailer was insane.
They could have been gods. And
JDS.
So, okay. Yeah, okay. I don't care what your stance is on Power Rangers, right? Naru has read the annual book that I gave you, Naru.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, Finster in leading up to Shattered Grid is he is probably one of my favorite villains of all time. And if you don't remember Finster, he was the guy who used to mold the clay, right? Yeah. Into little figures. That was that's no one knows who he is. Yeah. But in the book, he does it because he thinks it's art. The way they create terror is art. The surprise and the destruction is art. It's not, I make this because I think it's cool or I'm trying to help Rita. He does it because he's the destruction to me is the art, the mayhem, the chaos, the fear. It's all art to me. And you're okay, now you're a psycho artist. This is so good. And Naru read it. Oh, he's so deep. But it was really good. Yeah, it was really, really good. And if you haven't seen the trailer that Tank is talking about, it's all over YouTube. It's all over comicbook.com. It's all over IGN. It's literally everywhere nerd culture is. Watch Power Rangers Shattered Grid. You will want to read the comic books as well. It's literally tied into everything. And I'm not going to give too much away, but in the first 2 pages of Shattered Grid, number 25, an entire Power Rangers team gets killed. I'm not going to say which team if you want to read it, but first 2 pages, you open the book.
Game of Thrones.
Dead. Oh, so Game of Thrones.
If you're not going to say what it is, can I say what team it is?
No. Why?
No? Okay.
Do you know what team it is?
Google.
Oh, all right. Yeah, they get killed. They get killed in the opening pages. And it's the team that would be able to, they had a plan to bring everything together, to help, wiped out. So it's it's pretty crazy. But, yeah, I'm pretty much fanboying over Power Rangers right now. So I'm pretty stoked on that.
What else is new?
What else is new? Rolling into news. That's new, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
So, I didn't go see, surprise, surprise, Pacific Rim. I've been kind of busy. I don't really want to go see Pacific Rim. To me, it's more one of those where it's I could watch it at home. These two below, they watched it. They had a discussion, and before they even started, I said, let me guess. It's big robots fighting big monsters. Naru, tell me what your correction was.
Actually, you said big robots fighting big robots, and I was you meant big robots fighting big monsters.
Big monsters. You said giant-ass robots fighting giant-ass monsters. I said robots fighting monsters, and you said, because robots fighting robots is way cooler to me, Gundam. But,
should we kill him?
You said giant-ass robots.
We can't ruin it. There's, and that's something I'm going to steal it from Naru, because I do the editing and I can do that. So, that was one thing. So, the biggest thing for me going into this movie is I was afraid it was just going to be a rehash of the first one. Just say new characters, kind of, sort of, but even though the main character is the son of the general from the first one, it's so I thought we were gonna get the exact same movie, and they actually did a really good job of making this its own movie that had plenty of tiebacks to the first one, but it was still its own story, and I was actually very happy about that. So,
is Charlie Hunnam dead?
We don't know. He's never mentioned. His character's never mentioned.
He was the fucking star of the
I
first
didn't
one.
realize that was Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah. It's old Jack Teller.
Did you see the new King Arthur with him in it?
No, but I did want to see that. I think it's out on like DVD or something now.
Came out last year. It's actually,
I saw it. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
I did not realize that was Charlie Hunnam in that movie. Anyways.
Yeah.
But his character.
I liked it.
Movie. There's only what 1, 2, 3.
Only 3 guys come back. Yeah.
All the way. The one that they say in the synopsis is Mako or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
There's 2 more. There's 2 more they bring back from the other movies. Otherwise, it's all.
So, question: how far can we go in this review?
For what?
This is spoiler-free review or non-spoiler?
Yeah, non-spoiler.
All right, cool. My take on it was simple. Would I have spent money to go see this movie? Probably not. My first impression. But hey, now that I got Movie Pass, I'm more than happy to spend their money on this. So I did, and I was not disappointed. It was enjoyable. It was entertaining. It had big robots fighting big robots. It had big robots fighting monsters. It had monsters.
It had robots fighting a big ass monster.
Okay, I thought we were not giving it away. But anyway, it's in the trailer, I know. But the point I'm trying to make out of that was it was everything I thought it would be, but they managed to make it fun. For example, one of the things I didn't even realize I didn't like it from the last movie was a lot of the fights were at night. Did you notice that? The last movie. A lot of the fights were at night. It was dark, that whole end of the world vibe. Then the undersea fights itself were also kind of dark. This was really just out there in broad daylight. This is what's going on. Like, this is what's happening.
I think that's where that comes from.
Yeah, I could see everything. And it was like, you could see everything. And it was like an awesome fight happening right in front of you. And they had some really cool set pieces. You had some really cool moments that make you stop and go, whoa, And then there's a reveal that happens in terms of who they're really fighting that is really good and definitely organically builds on the story that happened in part 1. And I thought, okay, good job. That was good. It was better than I thought it would be. It was, I think about midway through though, it was very predictable because they kind of telegraphed where they were going with the villain. But it was not like it didn't cost anything. It didn't take away anything from the movie. It was still good. I really liked John Boyega's character. I didn't think I would as such, because sometimes I feel, even though I love him, he's from his father and he's from my country. I love him for that reason. But I also like the fact that he's able to, I sometimes felt he was overacting a little bit in Star Wars. I felt like he's trying a little too hard.
Shut your mouth about Finn.
I'm just saying. I felt like sometimes he's Finn a little too awesome. He's a little too extra, but in this movie, check it out. He's able to. I love the fact that he was able to go from the little brother who's the scamp to the big brother type character to the newbies in a very believable. Like he did that. He was really smooth while still being the same guy. Yeah. And so that was really cool for me. His acting was better than I thought it would be. It was really good.
Here's one of the things, right? Like the first movie, I waited. I didn't go see it in theaters. I saw it when it came out. I watched it at home, and I was like, that was enjoyable. Like, it wasn't, I wouldn't pay money to go see it in theaters, but it was a fun night. You eat pizza, you drink a beer, you watch big robots fighting big-ass monsters, and fucking Charlie Hunnam trying to act, right? So, like, you watch these things, and you're like, it was fun. It was fun for me. I haven't seen 2. I will wait until it comes out, and then I'll watch it at my house while eating pizza and drinking beer and watching John Boyega try to act. But the nitpicky things, right? Why the fuck did they have to use the same exact robot? Like, why couldn't it be a new robot for a different pilot? Yeah, they're using Gypsy Danger, which is Charlie Hunnam's robot.
Too. I was very...
Like, use a new fucking robot.
Yeah,
I don't even care if Gypsy Danger's... in the back. Like Gypsy Danger can be in the back, and then like, hey, this is a new robot, or this is a different robot.
You guys are military guys. I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens if an aircraft carrier gets really destroyed? Do they just pack it up, or they fix it?
They break it down. They strip it for parts.
So
just like anything else. Like
they never repair a fixable.
They repair things, but not like if it's fucked up beyond belief. But then there's also a shelf life.
Was it?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it was.
All of these new. I mean, you did build an entire army of new robots, and you're telling me that they still could hold up to the robot that was old in the first movie?
No, yeah. In the first movie, Gypsy Danger was
slow down, back up.
Lowest of
Say that
robots.
again, Teddy.
So, without giving too much away,
yeah, it's fine.
We have all of these cool ass new Jaegers, right? Like the sword, the chainball guy, like they've got all these dope ass new ones. And then you still have Gypsy Danger, who is leading the charge and is in a major.
I don't think that's what happens. First of all, the only reason
old in the first movie, he was a Generation 3 or whatever. And this is how many years since the first movie?
10.
He's still the one that holds out to the Come on now.
I don't think. First off, hold up. You're discounting one factor. Every other robot was piloted by newbies. And there's something to be said. You can give the best tools to a new guy, but at the end of the day...
No.
Hang on a second.
No, but I will chime in here.
Okay.
Because, okay, so we'll do it like this, right? In World War II, the military used Jeeps.
Yeah.
Jeeps are great. Jeeps were used because they were convenient. They were easy to work on. You could work on them in the field. All you had to have was a basic tool set, right? Jeeps got fucked up, like, all the time. Like, people were shooting through Jeeps. They were fucking Jeeps up. So in the 90s, they roll out the Humvee. The Humvee comes out. They get rid of all Jeeps because Jeeps are now erroneous. The Humvee is tougher. It'll go farther, and it's more reliable. Come 2006, somewhere in there, Humvees were getting fucked up. Now rolls the MRAP. You can't even really drive a Jeep, you can't really drive a Humvee anymore. Everyone drives an MRAP because combat has evolved. So where Tank and I are coming from is Gypsy Danger was old in the first one. Gypsy Danger is the Jeep.
Yeah.
Okay,
I get where you're coming from.
wave.
Let me point out something, and this is where, because you haven't seen the movie, I think you may not see something here. A lot of what they did, or what they planned to do with Gypsy Danger in the movie at the beginning was symbolic. Don't forget, this was peacetime. They really didn't have, they had sealed all the breaches. Hang on a second. Everything was sealed up. They were not at any real risk. Most of their resources were put towards the coming new generation, without giving too much away, the stuff. And they made tons of those. But Gypsy Danger, the first thing they had Gypsy Danger do was at a special presentation event, they wanted Gypsy Danger to come and stand and be like at a guard, like just stand and smile. That's pretty much all. That's all he was supposed to do until he was attacked. And when he was attacked, he got his ass handed to him.
Well, okay.
So it wasn't like they never made Gypsy Danger the main. In fact, the only reason at the end, don't forget, he runs towards the bad guy at the end, the final scene, and he gets knocked all the way back across. So there's no point in time where Gypsy Danger is supposed to be the baddest on the field. All the others were taking this guy out. The only reason Gypsy Danger pretty much survives is because the experience of the guys who are using it, and also at the end when all the others had kind of lost themselves against the bad guys. Spoiler, but Gypsy had to be the one to come up with a new.
All I'm saying is, you're looking at it from within the story.
Yeah.
Portion. I'm talking about from a writing table, from the writer's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
How cool would it have been in an Iron Man-esque style when if for the last fight, all of a sudden we find out, oh, hey, we've been hiding this badass Jaeger that we didn't want to tell anybody about yet, or so-and-so was building it in their basement and no one knew about it.
But they did!
But
They did. It just
to take lead role.
Tank. You're making me spoil this. They did that. They had a badass Jaeger, which was everything was built towards this badass Jaeger team, which turned out to be. So that part goes away. Secondly, from a writer's perspective, you want to bring as many throwbacks to the original movie as you can. That's why Gypsy Danger is as much a character as the other guys.
We had plenty of fan service. There was enough throwback to the original.
Let me ask, what do you mean? There's only three people come back. And Gypsy Danger.
Gypsy Danger was the shitty Jaeger. Like, I would just say that. Even in the first one, it was not much.
I'm actually surprised this is an issue, though. Like,
I disagree. All I'm saying is, I think there could have been an opportunity. Badass reveal of a badass Jaeger with his badass team, and they chose to stick with Gypsy Danger.
They did bring a badass Jaeger,
and if they come up with Pacific Rim 3, Gypsy Danger will be in that shit.
Yeah,
of course he's gonna be.
Right, that's
I don't know.
It's fucked up, but
but probably not.
Wait, you're right. Probably not. Yeah. Probably not.
I'll wrap up my
segment. If Gypsy Danger is in it, then I'll support you guys. If he's in 3, I'll definitely support you guys. But for me, I thought it was okay.
By what I said on Twitter, I didn't love it, but I definitely didn't hate it. So it was. I'm glad I went and saw it. I'm not like pissed off that I spent money to go see it, but it's definitely not like groundbreaking.
I'm going to round up my portion by saying I want to give I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I want to give a shout out to Stephen S. the Knight. I actually engaged him on Twitter. I asked a question about, because there's a few fun facts, right?
What the fuck does this have to do with?
John Boyega, in the movie, because he's also producing the movie, the opening sequence, the song he's dancing to is Nigerian. And later on in the it's a Nigerian hit song. And later on in the scene, there's a scene where he gets asked what's he wearing. The outfit he's wearing is made from fabric that's African. So I start to wonder. I'm like, seeing as how both Idris Elba is, his parents are Ghanaian and I think Sierra Leonean. I started wondering is it possible that in the story, his actual mom is African, which explains his attachment to those things, because they're big parts of who he is in terms of the music he's dancing to and what he's wearing. But I asked that question of Stephen the Knight, and he was like, he just liked the tweet. He didn't actually say anything about it. Then when I asked the question about this dude who was in Spartacus playing one of the bad guys there, he was like, yeah, truth, because they worked together on Spartacus, so he had a guest spot in the movie. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay, so that was your movie review. And to me, if you would like to see robots bash each other, you should just watch Gundam. You watch it at your house.
I thought you were going to say Transformers, and I was going to have to hang up.
I was going to shout, yeah, me too.
What the fuck am I watch Transformers for?
I only recommend the first Transformers, to be honest.
After the first Transformers, which, speaking of Steve tonight, he's doing a Bumblebee movie, which I'm not sure how that's going to turn out.
Oh, that's going to be fucking weird.
Yeah, especially when they tell us they just came to Earth. But hey, guess what? Bumblebee's been here since the 40s.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch the most recent Transformers. I refused.
Well, yeah, wait.
I
haven't seen any past Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, okay. I saw the first Mark Wahlberg one, and it's just...
My thing with the Transformers is the fact that they just act like nothing else happened before. It's weird.
See, I think the coolest Transformers movie would be like a War of Cybertron movie. No Earth whatsoever. Yeah. Like Autobots versus Decepticons, period.
Do you know the only person I would trust with that movie?
Steven Spielberg?
Literally the only person I would trust with that movie.
Fucking Spielberg?
No, close.
Damn, more guys. Almost tied into
Segue. James Cameron.
James Cameron. Okay.
He's like the only person I would trust with a movie where there's no humans and is in a totally different place.
Everyone's fucking blue. Yeah, they're all blue.
He'd only make 40 of them if he actually liked that world.
Anyways, I liked your Spielberg segue better.
Yeah, the Spielberg segue. Let's get back to that. Where can you see huge robots fighting each other? Oh, I don't know. Maybe on Friday, Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Who's got their tickets?
I don't actually.
So Kelsey is going to get the girls Friday, and
Okay.
I'll have the girls all next week. So probably won't see it next week, but we are going the Sunday after they leave to go see Ready Player One. Or we might go next Thursday, because they'll be staying at my dad's for the night. But might go see Ready Player One at that time, because I showed her the trailer, and my fiance is not a nerd whatsoever. So I was watching the trailer, and she was like, "Oh, what's that?" I was like, "Oh, it's whatever. It's a movie you probably won't like." She was like, "Well, start it over." She watches it all the way through, and she was like, "I don't really like nerdy things, but that looks like a good movie."
Really?
I was like,
from the trailer.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because for me, hearing about this movie, I was super hype about it. And
So
the
you
more
saw the
trailers that I see, the less excited I am.
We only watched that one trailer.
Was it like the most recent one, or like one of the first?
This is the very first one.
Okay, so the very first one I will give you, and then I managed to somehow to see more of the more recent trailers, and the more trailers that I see, the less excited I am to go see this movie.
There's the thing I'm doing now.
Really?
Is once I've made up my mind, I am going to see a movie in theaters, then I am not going to see the trailers.
I do that with big movies. Like I didn't watch the most recent Infinity War trailer, even though
I'm sorry, you do that with what movie?
To do it.
So wait a minute.
Big movies? Did you just diss Ready Player One as not being a big movie?
Okay.
Ready Player One is going to be massive.
Of course.
But okay, so this is my question for Naru.
Yeah.
So right now, you want to see Infinity War.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch any more trailers for it?
I stopped watching trailers like a month ago. I haven't seen any of the recent stuff.
But,
I saw the first trailer.
You're right.
Then I realized that.
Please don't say anything about it. I haven't seen it.
That's okay. I realized.
No. I want to go see it. I don't watch trailers, remember?
Yeah, we know
Unless
you
it's a movie I don't care about.
And the reason he's asking me this question is because he knows typically I don't care. I'll watch anything.
Yeah.
But this year, I just thought, you know what? This summer, every movie I think I'm gonna go see in theaters. Let's maximize the experience. Let me just actually not see anything. Like I don't even read the articles about this stuff anymore, just so I can try to preserve what I.
Okay, so
when I saw the trailer because I wanted to know what it was about. Then I'm like, okay, I'm in. Since then, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I had no idea what Ready Player One was about. I haven't read the book. So I saw the trailer. I got the premise. Like, hey, the creator of the game dies, and he leaves an Easter egg in the game. And to me, that was just like above and beyond. I was like, oh man, this is cool as shit.
A literal Easter egg. Easter egg for everybody to go.
But let's talk about all the other Easter eggs, okay?
Oh, really? How many?
You guys, you got hundreds of millions. You guys know I'm a Gundam fanboy. Let's talk about the Gundam, right? But then on top of that, you get to choose anything, and he's driving a DeLorean. I fucking love that. So let's do this, guys. Okay, if you could pick your avatar to look like any one character in any fiction, right? So this is what we'll stick to. You pick what your avatar would look like, you pick what car you would be driving, and you pick what your robot would be. Because it looks like they have one of each. I don't understand the premise, but I love it. I fucking love it. So, all right, Tank, you're first.
Do we have to pick only avatars probably in the movie, or can we just pick from any?
No, because the way it looks to me, and again, I've only seen the one trailer, they get to look like anything they want. Like, there's an Overwatch Easter egg. Like, somebody's avatar looks like one of the Overwatch characters.
Right.
And then they drive a DeLorean, and then, like, there's tons of robots. So, going from Pacific Rim and everything, what would your avatar look like? What car would you drive? What robot would you have?
Oh, dude, that's so hard.
That is exceptionally hard.
So, on the spot, off the very top of my head, the best I can come up with is probably I'd be the black swordsman from Sword Art Online, Kirito's character, with the double swords. Vehicle? Shit, I have no idea, man.
Yeah, man, that's a hard one. So many vehicles I want.
I don't know, some kind of hoverboard, I guess.
Vehicle?
And mode of transportation, I guess.
Yeah, just a vehicle, like a mode of transportation. Yeah,
hoverboard.
Robot. Because we've been talking about it, maybe the Megazord. I don't know.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
I would probably want to look like Blade in the first Blade movie.
Oh, dude, hell yeah!
And drive Bumblebee. Only though if I could also modify Bumblebee to reform around me, and I could wear him and walk around.
So Bumblebee would be your vehicle and your robot.
There you go.
Oh, okay. I honestly think, if you can be any avatar, right? Like, why would I cut myself short? I'd be Judge fucking Dredd. like, come
that
on,
world,
guys.
yeah, you'd be bad. Yeah.
Walk around as Judge Dredd.
What do you mean, which Dredd?
What's his face?
I think the one from the newer Judge Dredd for sure.
His bones. I can't think of it. I think Carl Urban.
He's fucking.
Carl Urban was a perfect.
Carl
Dredd.
Urban's.
Having said that, Stallone had the look.
Stallone
better.
Stallone is the law. I am the law.
Forget his voice. Stallone had the look. Like if you saw Stallone,
I am the law.
Man.
Yeah. That's Stallone in his price. That's Stallone in his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the law.
Oh, did you hear Stallone's doing that? He's doing like an auction of his stuff, like everything from all his movies.
Wow.
I saw a video where he was going through, and I was like, "Whoa, man!"
I would take Judge Dredd, Carl Urban's Judge Dredd, because that was bad as shit. I would definitely drive the General Lee because that thing is fucking. Dude, they're hitting jumps and stuff. Like, come on.
I almost went with Knight Rider, but yeah, okay.
Okay. And then I was going to choose the Megazord. I was going to choose it.
But
you're a bastard. Fuck.
Yeah.
Now you left him hanging dry.
I love so many robot things.
It would have to be a Gundam for you.
Shit. Well, yeah, but see, there is a Gundam. There's a Gundam in Ready Player One.
I know. I'm saying you're picking one, right? So which one do you?
Oh, fuck. Probably Gundam Nerd Talk. I'd probably choose either between the Unicorn Gundam, Destroy, and the Banshee, or the Kyrios, which is an orange Gundam that I have up there somewhere.
So you guys are basically telling me that by this time next week, I will probably have been the only person to have seen this movie.
Yeah, maybe. No, Brandon's going to see it, I think, this weekend.
Thank God.
I took my dad to the theater tomorrow, but he, for whatever reason, just doesn't have an interest in this movie. And so I texted him. I was like, Ready Player One or Tomb Raider? And he was so I'm going to go see Tomb Raider tomorrow instead.
Tomb Raider looks like it would be good.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It was good.
But if I had to choose, I would definitely choose Ready Player One.
If I wasn't going with my dad, if I was just going just me, I'd probably go see Ready Player One. But
definitely go see Ready Player One. Come on, man.
But like I said, these recent trailers have me doubting, dude.
I don't care how down they have you. Tomb Raider has been done.
What?
Tomb Raider has been done. This is still a remake.
Oh no.
Ready Player One has not been done. Come on, really? Really? You would pick a remake of Tomb Raider over Ready Player One?
These trailers have me.
I'm done.
Worried about this movie.
I am so done. Really, dude. For the first time, you've come off the fence, and I'm like, get back on the fence, man. I don't even know what to say to that. Can you believe this guy? He wants to go see Tomb Raider 2. He would have trouble picking.
No, if I was going by myself, I would go see Ready Player One.
Yeah, you said probably. You said probably.
I would. Okay, fine. If I was going by myself, I would go see Ready Player One, but I'm not.
Thank you.
So maybe next week sometime I'll go see it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But
so what we doing?
Until then, that about wraps it up for this week. Tank, tell them where they can find you.
Yo, you guys can find me at the Caped Critic. Like I said, I'll put up a short thing about Tomb Raider. I'm going to see it tomorrow. I had something else I was going to but I don't remember what it was, so we're going to go with it wasn't important. But thank you guys.
Oh, it could have easily been about to check the channel out maybe next week for a review of My Hero Academia or Dragon Ball Super.
Could do that. It might be that.
Just saying, could have very well been that. Naru, tell them where to find you.
Yeah, at NuruJ, I'm on Twitter. That's about where you can find me, pretty much. Nowhere else will I let myself be found.
You guys can find me on the old tweet machine at Houdini0333. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram at TheNerdsFromWork. You can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes at TheNerdsFromWork, all one word. Thought about that today as I was typing that in. It's all one word. So, yeah, no spaces. But also, if you guys have any questions, you guys want to see me make fun of Naru, or you want to see Tank jump back on the fence, please put him back on the fence. Shoot us an email at TheNerdsFromWork@gmail.com. Tank will have that in the description below. Hey, from all of us here at the workplace, peace.